Hello there, and this is Carlo. Welcome to another After Effects video. This is also based around Elements 3D. I've been doing a little sort of run through all the various video copilot packs that I've got. The last one that I did was Motion Design, which was an amazing pack, and this one we're going to be looking at the Projectile Pack. Like I say, I mean, the only reason why I'm doing this is so if you guys out there, you know, you want to buy one of these packs or start getting into these packs, you're going to basically have a rough idea about what you get. So this is not like a tutorial, but basically in a sense, a first look for you guys. Obviously, I know there's plenty of videos out there showing you things that are in Elements, but I'm more doing like a walkthrough, if that makes sense, showing you exactly what you get. So hopefully this will help you guys out who are actually thinking about spending money with Video Copilot in order to get these packs. And I really do recommend it, because these are really amazing packs. Okay, so obviously the last one we did was this one here, Motion Design, so we're going to be looking at projectile weapons. So once you actually purchase it, you'll get a download file, and then you install it, and then once you install it and it's all licensed and everything, you will get a selection of very cool projectile weapons, basically, to use within your videos. Okay, so I'm not going to go too much detail with the bullets, because we'll have a look at a couple, but at the end of the day, you know, it's just a bullet really, so nothing too special. But what we will do is I'm just going to play around with the lights a bit and get an environment map up. Let's do town, and let's just turn the environment on, and then turn textures off. Actually, no, what we'll do, we'll turn textures on, and let's just change the light into cinema, so we can have a closer look at the quality of these bullets. So we'll just have a look at a couple of bullets, because obviously bullets are not that blooming interesting, but I've sort of hit this button, so I've been given a lot more detail with the draft textures on. So as you can see, they're very, very high quality models as per usual. Like I say, Video Copilot do not scrimp when it comes to their models and their riggings. So we'll have a look at this bullet here. Obviously there's nothing really special about a bullet, but it'll just give you a rough idea basically what you're getting within this pack. Okay, more interestingly, let's go for the 45mm handgun. Let's play with the lighting a bit, like that. Sorry, my mouse has just decided to die. Okay, where were we? Okay, so I'm just going to play with the lighting a bit, just to give you a bit of colour definition there. But as you can see, very, very, very high quality as per usual rigs that are absolutely exceptional. It's even got the tag in here on the side of the gun, you know, very, very cool. Okay, so let's move down to more interesting models. Okay, so we've got an air bomb. Let's bring this up just a bit like that. Okay, so as you can see, another high quality model here, can be used for war films or war productions and stuff like that. You know, very, very high quality. But the more interesting things, you've got the the AGM B4D, two versions. So you've got one with the amazing lighting at the back here, and then you'll have one with, that's basically totally identical, but the only difference is it's got no lighting at the back. So you can basically create your own optical flares within that, or your heat displacement within that yourself. Okay, so exactly the same with a missile. So you get a missile, like I say, very high quality rigs, but you'll have two, one with and one without fire lighting. So I always use the one with the lighting because I just feel like they're just absolutely amazing. But these ones you can just sort of design the way you want and add whatever you want within their models. Okay, we have an an axe. What this has to do with projectile weapons, I don't know. But hey ho, it's part of the pack, so I'll go with it. I suppose it's a projectile weapon if you grab and hit someone over the head with it. That will be classed as a projectile weapon, but yes. And the next one, I'm a bit confused why this is a weapon. It's a friggin' boomerang, but like I say, it's part of the pack, so I will go with it. Very detailed. It's even got like wear down here and stuff like that, so they've really, you know, done a lot of work on these models. So we've got a Cannonball. Zoom out a bit. You can actually use this for quite a few things actually, if you actually put your own shaders on it. Let's have a look at we're going to have an army ball, look. You can actually do whatever you want, make it fabric, so that comes in handy no matter what. That one. Anyway, I'm just being an idiot, so just ignore me. Okay, so we have another Chub Missile. I think it's called a Chub, I'm not sure. I'd assume it's called a Chub because it's quite chubby. That looks like some sort of a dirt bomb or something, which is pretty awesome. Similar down here, like the previous ones, one with, one without fire effect or a lighting effect in the back. Okay, let's just scroll down to a couple more. So we've got another compact handgun here, which is obviously again very nice quality. Just going to run through these very quickly. So we have Crossbow, which are pretty nice. We've got two crossbows here. I assume they're the same. Okay, so one is unarmed and one is armed, like so. They're pretty cool. So we've got drop missiles again, one without lights, one with lights. So they do, you'll probably think to yourself, why do you want two missiles exactly the same in a pack? That's a bit of a skank in it. But no, it's not, because these are very handy for creating your own stuff, and these will just get you going straight away. So, okay, Flashbang. Everyone's familiar with the old Flashbangs. You've probably played Call of Duty a hell of a lot of times, so you'll be familiar with the old Flashbang. Hand grenade, very good quality, like I say. I'll add this. I'll add one of these into After Effects in a second once we quickly have a little look at some of the other things. So we've got another missile here, which is quite a funky one, but exactly the same. Well, they're not exactly the same, to be perfectly honest. One is with the propellers closed, and one is with the, well, shall I say, the wings open. We have a samurai sword that are coming quite handy, I think. You could actually use this with the probably the Halloween pack and a bit of blood splattering or whatever, you know, create your own thing. So I'm not going to go too boring on you. We've got a jagged edge knife, which is very nice, coming quite handy for a couple of features. Pipe bomb, very cool. We've got a couple more bullets. We've got RPG, which is pretty cool. We've got some shell casings, very detailed. You've even got the old, if I can spin it around, alright. It's even been used, as you can see, because you've got the old burn marks there, which is pretty cool. And then we are ninjaing it up with some Death Stars, very high quality Death Stars. One plain, one cast iron. We have a Sidewinder Missile, which is very cool. These, I think, actually move around, but I'll have to have a proper look at that. So we have a sword, which is quite nice. We have a tactical axe, which will pretty much rearrange your head quite nicely. Got a throwing knife, which come in very handy. And finally we have a battle axe. So what we're going to do, just for fun, let's just close all these out, because every time you select one, obviously it's going to add it into your scene. So we only want one for now. So we're just going to clear all these out, and let's, for instance, go up to, let's get a grenade. Okay, and we'll just click OK to add it into elements. Let that load out, and then we're going to go to group, particle replicate, and let's have a couple of these. Let's have about 27. Let's have a 3D grid. Okay. No, let's actually have a sphere. Okay, and then let's spread these out somehow. Bear with me. Let's just do that. We could do little things like, you know, have these all sort of, let's make them a bit smaller. Position, a bit like that. And you can make some really funky little sort of 3D animations here. So if we go to layer, new camera, create a new camera, we select our camera, and then we can have some really funky sort of 3D looking elements with this. So zoom out. Maybe you could go and you could go, so I want some lighting, new light. You don't necessarily, let's have an ambient light, necessarily have to use these to create action flicks, but that's what they were designed to do. But you can do funky little things like that. Let's select our lights, and let's open our light up and just set that to about 100. That's fine, like so. Yeah, and you could sort of do funky little things like this, do you know what I mean, for your titles, and it would all be very, very cool. So you can just rotate that around. So there's a lot of things you can actually do with the projectile pack. This is just me just playing around with it, just doing silly things, but yeah, so that's about it really, guys. That is actually the projectile pack within Elements 3D. So yeah, I hope you've really enjoyed this. I will be doing a tutorial and a first look, because I've just got the Foundry 3D camera tracker, and I really want to sort of study that and give it a go. I'm hoping it's exactly the same as well, better than the 3D tracker within After Effects at the moment. It's meant to be. I've heard a lot about it. So I'll be doing a first look for myself in the next video. So I really hope you've enjoyed this, guys, and stay tuned for the next video.